Hi, we're in Music Fundamentals, MUS 122, and this is a screencast to help you out with some practice materials for chord inversions primarily. I'm at the online theory site that I've linked you to for your ear training, and unfortunately the text doesn't give you a whole lot of practice materials for chord inversions or for open and closed position triad, so I thought I'd take you to this site and show you some of the customization options that you have at the site. So first you would want to select chord identification over here, and that will take you to a page that looks something like this. It might look a little bit different from you depending on what you've done with customization, if anything. So you can see right away that you don't want to deal with this because we don't have a triad here, we have a seventh chord. So you want to go over to this area. This customizes all of the options that you're going to use for your practice quizzes here. These are not graded, this is simply for your own personal practice. So you can choose a clef, you can just choose treble, or you can add in bass clef, which is probably a good idea. So you have options of both of these showing up on the questions. And then range, so if you don't want to go much below this ledger line and this treble ledger line, you can leave it as is, but it's possible to customize that as well. So you can take it up that far and possibly over here, maybe down that far. Key signatures, I would select all of them. There's really no sense in limiting yourself to just a few key signatures. Go ahead and add all of those in. And then we're going to choose the chord types that you're going to be tested on. So that will eliminate these seventh chords that you're seeing right here. So you want major triads, minor triads, and we're looking at augmented and diminished in this session. You don't want these seventh chords, so you just leave it at those four triad types. And then go back, and inversions is on. If you were to do this, then you wouldn't have any inversions, everything would be in root position, but you don't want to do that. You want the inversions to show up on the questions that you're going to be looking at. And then you can choose a difficulty level, so maybe start at level 1 and at least do some at level 2, and then I'd leave that as is. So come over here, and here's your first question. The timer is going, and they want to know what kind of triad this is, and it's a triad in an inversion. If you were looking at this after looking at my screencast for triad inversions, you'd see right away that you have B flat to D flat, or a minor third down here, and some kind of a fourth up here. Actually, it ends up being an augmented fourth. So from that bit of information, even before you try and rearrange these three notes so that they stack up, you could tell what kind of triad this was. If you move this G down here, you have a G to B flat, which is a minor third, and a B flat to a D flat, which is also a minor third, so you have a diminished triad. And it plays it for you. And then you get your next question. So be careful of the clefs. Make sure that you pay attention to the key signature. So looking at this chord, paying attention to the bass clef, you have an F and an A flat and a D flat. So F to A flat is a minor third, and A flat to D flat is a perfect fourth. If we move this D flat underneath this F, you have D flat to F, which is a major third, and then F to A flat being a minor third. So it's a major triad. So I hope that you can take some time and make use of this site, since you don't have any practice materials for chord inversions or open position chords. Okay, I think that probably will give you enough information to get started. Just remember to connect to this site. It's linked in your session materials area. It's very good for some practice with some of the other ideas like key signature identification and interval identification. If you're having any problems with that at all, this will give you some more practice with that.